Hi everyone, welcome to JavaTiki. In our earlier Java tutorial, we discussed few functional interface, that is function, consumer, supplier and predicate. Even we did our hands dirty with those functional style of coding, we did few example with those interfaces, right? So in today's tutorial, we'll discuss few more functional interface, that is by function, by consumer and by predicate. So if you know what is the purpose of using first four functional interface, that is function, consumer, supplier and predicate, then you can happily understand today's session. If not, I would suggest you to check out my previous video, then come back to this tutorial. Okay, so let's get started. So before we start writing the code, first let's try to understand what is the syntactical changes is there for those functional interface. Now if you can remember, we discussed about this function interface, right, which is a functional interface and it contains only one method, that is apply method, and it took only one argument. Now if you compare same function interface with by function, there is a small difference, that is the parameter changes. Now if you observe, the method name is same, which is apply, but it took two argument. Okay, t is the first parameter, u is the second parameter and r stands for results. Now the main difference between these two functional interface, use the function interface whenever you need to take only one input and do some data manipulation logic, then return some result. But if whenever you want to take the two argument and you want to return something, then you can go for the by function. That is only the difference between function and by function. Similarly, if you can remember, there is an interface called consumer, which is a functional interface, and it contains one method called accept. It will take one argument, but it will not return anything. The return type is void, right? And same consumer, if you will try to compare with the by consumer, again the only difference is number of argument. In case of consumer, it takes one argument, but in case of by consumer, it takes two argument. T stands for first argument, U stands for second argument. Similarly, if you will remember, there is an interface called predicate. Again, this is also one functional interface and it contains one method, that is test. It will take one argument and it will return the boolean value. Now if you will compare this predicate with by predicate, only the changes is number of argument. The method is same, that is test, but it will take two argument and it will return the boolean statement. So hope this context is clear for you. When to go for functional interface and when to go for bifunctional interface. So whenever you want to take only one argument and do some data manipulation logic, then you can go for functional interface, which is nothing function, consumer and predicate. But whenever you want to take two argument and you want to do some logic, then go for bifunctional interface, which is nothing by function, by consumer and by predicate. Okay, all six are the functional interface, but it depends on your use case what need to choose. Okay, so let's try to demonstrate these three interface with example. So let me go to my IntelliJ IDE. So already I created a package called stream. Inside that, let's demonstrate these three interface. Okay, so first we are going to learn about the by function. As per the by function, it will take two argument and it will return something. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just create a class called by function example. Then let's consider one scenario where we'll pass two list of argument and then we'll find the duplicate, we'll remove the duplicate and we'll return a unique list object. Okay, so for that what I can do, as I'm going to use the by function, I will go with the traditional approach first, then we'll go to the lambda. So in by function, what I can do, as this is the functional interface, I can directly use implements by function, and if you observe, it is asking me to give the argument. So t is the first argument, u is the second argument and r is the results. So what I'll do, I'll just use this by function. The first argument I'm going to give the list of integer, and also the second argument I'm going to give list of integer. Okay, then from these two list of integer, I just want to remove the duplicate and want to return a final list of integer. Okay, I can directly use the third argument is also list of integer. Now I just need to override the method, which is nothing apply method. If you observe, there is a two argument, list1 and list2. So I'll change it to list1 and I'll change it to list2. Now from these two lists, I need to remove the duplicate and need to return a unique list object. So what I can do, I'll directly use return stream of list1 and list2. Okay. Then what I'll do, I'll just do the flat map. I'll convert to the stream. Then I'll directly use the distinct. Then I can collect that to the to list. Fine. This is what my logic. Now since I went with the traditional approach, I just need to call this method. So what I'll do, I'll just use the public static void main and I'll create object of by function. By function equal to new by functional example. Fine. Then I just need to call by function dot apply. I just need to pass two list object. Okay. So I can define two list variable, list1 and list2. If you observe, both the list contains duplicate value. I can pass here list1 and list2. Fine. I can simply print it. Sys out. Okay, so I'll give some message here. Traditional approach, something like that. Fine. Now if I'll run this piece of code, it will return me the unique object. Okay, so the purpose of this by function here, take the first argument, take the second argument, then do some logic and return whatever you want. Okay, in this particular scenario, I'm just returning the list of integer, but it depends on your requirement what you need to take the input and output. Okay, now let me run this piece of code. We are getting the output right here. There is no duplicate in this list of integer. Now this is what we did with the traditional approach. Now let's go with the anonymous implementation. Then we'll move to the functional, okay, which is nothing lambda. So in anonymous implementation, what I can do, I can directly use by function and I can specify my argument. The first argument is list of integer. Fine. Similarly, I can specify other two arguments. Then I can define by function 1. Then I can directly create object of by function. By function. So this is what my anonymous implementation. Inside this method, I need to write the same logic. So I can directly copy this return statement and I can add it here. So I'll change it to the let's say L1 or L2, something like that. And I can give here L1, L2. Fine. Now I just need to call this method. So I'll directly use sysout by function 1 dot apply. I can pass the list1 and list2. Fine. So here I'll add some message. Let's say anonymous impl. Now if I'll run this piece of code, the output I'll get the same. Only the difference, the first approach I did with the traditional approach, I implement the function or interface and I override the method. Here I just directly create the object of interface and I just do the anonymous way. Okay. So in both the case, the output is same, right? Now we understand how we can do using the traditional approach, how we can do using the anonymous approach. Now let's convert this anonymous approach to the lambda expression. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this method. This is what the actual core logic. I'll convert this to the lambda. Just add it. Fine. So as per lambda, we don't need any method signature. Just remove it. Then we don't need any method parameter data type. Just remove it. We only need method parameter. Then we just need to pass the lambda expression. then we are good. Just close this and I can simply add the return type, which is nothing my by function, right? And just specify the data type. I'll name it by function 2. I can specify the argument type from this. I'll just copy this and I can add it here. Fine. Just use the semicolon. Now this is what my lambda expression. How I can call this? I can directly use by function 2, or I'll directly use the print statement by function 2 dot apply list 1 and list 2. Fine. I'll add some message. Lambda approach. To convert a anonymous or to convert a functional abstract method to lambda is straightforward, right? That's what we did. If you observe, the method signature is this. We just remove this prefix and we remove the data type. That's what we did here, right? Then we just pass the lambda expression and our method body or this code to perform the lambda operation. Okay. Now let me run this. We are getting the correct output in all the three ways, right? So this is how you can play with the by function functional interface. But the real-time use case of by function I can show you. Let me create a map object, map of string and integer, something like that. Then I will use map equal to new hash map. Let's say in map dot put I add the key as a employee. Let's say employee name Basant and value as a salary. Let's say he is getting 5,000. Fine. Then I can add couple of objects. Then I will show you in Java it inbuilt where they use this by function interface. So I will add few objects. Let's say I will name it Santosh. He's getting, let's say, 15,000. Now I will give it Javed, who is getting, let's say, 12,000. Yeah. Now what I need to do? Now if you'll go and check map dot replace all, there is a method called replace all. If you observe the method signature, let me go there. The method signature is by function. Okay. Just get the key and value and do some do some operation and return it. So what does it mean? Let's say we are going to perform one scenario. In this key value pair, we need to increase value with 500 more. So for that, what I can do? I can write a functional interface. Let's say current value is 5,000. I will increase to the 5,500. This is 15,000, 15,500. In each value, I just want to add one 500 more. Okay. So for that, what I can do? I can write a functional interface using by function. So what I will do? I can use by function and I just need to pass the argument, right? The first argument is string, second argument is integer, and then after adding 500 more to the value, again that will be integer. So the first argument of my by function is string, second is integer, and the output I just want to give as a integer. Okay. Now I will name it increase salary by function, something like that. Okay. Salary by function. Fine. Then what I need to do? I just need to use the anonymous, then I will show you to the lambda. So I'll just use the object of by function. This is what the string and integer. So I will name it key, which is of type string, and value, which is of type integer. Then my output also in the form of integer. Okay. So I just want to increase 500 for each employee salary. So what I will do? I will just add value plus 500. Okay. Or better you can make it 1000. Let's increase 1000. Okay. Now I'll just add it. Now this is what my increase salary by function. I can directly pass it here because this map dot replace all, this method takes the argument as a by function. So I can directly do that. I can just pass it here. Okay. Increase salary by function. Now I'll just print my map. Let me run this. We are getting the result here, right? This is the 5000 earlier. It increased 1000. Santosh 16,000. Javed 13,000. We just append 1000 for each value in my map. Okay. Now if I want to convert same in lambda, then what I can do, let me copy this abstract method so that I can show you how you can do using the lambda. I can simply copy this, just remove the method signature. I don't want this because we are going to perform the lambda. Even we don't need data type, just remove it. And we have the method parameter, we have the method body, only we need to pass the lambda expression. Fine, just add the comma, and what we need to do, just assign it to the by function. Copy this, add it here. So I'll name something increase salary SL, something like that. Okay, since this is only one statement we have, we just remove this bracket, it's not required. Okay, directly you can add it here. Since there is only one value to return, also if you want you can remove this. Now this is what my lambda expression. Now I can directly pass this here, right? Let me give that. Let me comment this. We are going with the anonymous approach to lambda. Now if I'll run this, yeah, we are getting the output by increasing 1000. So to make sure this piece of code is working, I'll just increase 2000. Now then just run it. Yeah, you're getting, earlier it was 5000, now it's 7000. This is 15, 17, this is 12, 14, right? If you want, you can directly copy this piece of code and you can add here. Instead of giving the reference, you can directly pass the lambda expression itself. Okay, just comment it, and I will increase it to the 2500 to verify the things is working. Now let's run it. Yeah, you can see it happened 2500 to the each employee salary. Fine. So the best use case where this inbuilt by function is already used, that is called map.replaceAll method in Java. But it depends, whenever you want to take the two argument and you want to do some operation and you want to return something, then go with this by function. Now also if you go to this by function interface, let me go inside the by function. There is another method called and then. Okay, once you get the result from your apply method, after getting that as a output or as a argument, if you want to perform anything, then you can go with this and then method. For example, if you remember, in the first scenario, we take two lists, list 1 and list 2, and we just remove the duplicate and we return the unique list. Now let me show you the output. If you observe, we got the unique list in all the three cases, but it's not in sorted order, right? If you see 19, then 11, what I want to do, after getting the result from the apply method, I just want to do some additional logic by taking that as a input, right? So in that case, I can go with and then method. So for example, what I'll do, we can do one thing by seeing the output. Let me go to the output. We can make that sorting, right? We are getting the unique list of element, but we just want to sort it. That we can perform using and then method. So what I'll do, I'll simply write a method. I can directly go with the lambda approach there. Then we can directly use a function method. Okay, so I'll create a function. The function will take the input as list of string, because this is what the output will receive from our apply method. This method. Okay, apply method. This apply method. Yeah, this one. Then I just want to sorry, it will be integer. Then I just want to maintain the sorting and I just want to return it back. Again, the output will be list of integer. Fine. Now this is my I will name it sorted function. I'm directly using the lambda. This is the sorted function. I'll take the input, let's say list, something like that. Then I can directly use lambda expression. Okay. Then I can use lists dot, I'll just convert it to the stream dot sorted, then return me a list. Fine, this is my sorted function. If you'll go this is the function interface, which is a functional interface. In bifunctional interface, after getting the result from by function, if you want to perform something, then that result you can pass to the function interface. Okay, so after getting the list of unique element, I just want to maintain the sorting. So that's the reason I just used this. Okay, this sorted function algorithm. If you want, I can better format the code. Now what I can do, I can simply pass here. I can go here and then pass the sorted function, then apply this. Okay, get the by function to result, which is nothing, this lambda, this by function code, get the result, then take this result as a argument to this function interface. Okay, and sort them, then apply your logic. Now if I run the code, you'll find in the sorting order. If you observe, this is what in sorting order. Okay, 1 3 4 6 7 9 11 19 43, but this is not in the sorting order, right? Because we added in our lambda approach. So this is how you can play with by function. You understand all the method from the by function. If you'll go inside the by function, it is contains apply method with two argument, and then again there is a method called and then. That's what we learn on by function, right? Now let's go to by consumer. If you understand how you can use by function, then rest two are easy for you. By consumer and by predicate will be dead easy for you if you understand this by function. Now if you will go to the by consumer, there it will take two argument, okay, and it will return nothing. The return type is void. Now let's go to the IntelliJ IDE. What I'll do, I'll create another class called by consumer. Okay, so it will take only two argument and it will not return anything. So what I'll do, I'll just create a class by consumer example and I'll implement from by consumer. Okay, and the first argument I'll give string, second I will give int, and I just want to print these two value. Okay, now I just need to override the method. Again I am going with the traditional approach, then we'll go with the lambda. So here also if you observe, there is a method called accept and then, and we have just understand how we can use and then in our by function example. Similar way you can try in this by consumer. Now let's go with the accept method. I'll simply just print s, or I will give something like input 1, sorry, I just need to add it here, that is s. Then again I just need to pass input 2, or I'll just add something like this, input 2, I'll just add, so better let it give I1, I2. I can just print here, right? I2. Fine. Both the two input I am just reading and printing it. That's it, the logic I am doing here. Now I just need to call this method, just do public static void main string args. Then I'll create the object of by consumer. Okay, I just need to pass these two argument, string and integer. Then call it by consumer, then new by consumer example, then call, I'll directly use by consumer dot accept, pass the input string, I will give something called javateki. Okay, and the second is integer, I will give something called 53,000, which is my subscriber count. Fine, I just want to print it. That's the reason I just use this accept, because the purpose of using this by consumer, take the input which is two argument and then just do some logic. Either you take the input and save in your database, or take the input, do some REST API call. But here, to simplify it, I will just print it. Now let me run this piece of code. We are getting the result, right? Now we'll go with the anonymous approach. So I don't want to add this piece of code. You can directly remove it. Okay. Otherwise, let it be. I can directly go with the anonymous implementation. So I can directly copy this. I'll name it by consumer 1 equal to new by consumer. Then again, I just override the accept method. So let's take it in, or I1 same. Let's take it input 2. Then I can simply print sysout I1. Then I'll just add some value or some pattern. Then I'll give I2. Fine, just add it here. Now I can directly use by consumer 1 dot accept. I'll give some string value, welcome, then some integer something. Okay, so t means first parameter, u means second parameter. Now let me run this. We are getting the output, right? So we understand with the traditional approach, we understand with the anonymous implementation. Now let's implement using the lambda. So to use the lambda, I will just copy this method, then I will simplify how you can go with the lambda. Just add this method, because this is the abstract method, we need to convert to the lambda. So just remove the method signature, we don't need. Remove the data type of parameter. Okay, then we have the method body, we just need to pass the lambda expression. Since we have only one statement, I can directly remove this as well. Okay, just format it. Yeah, now I need to assign this to the by consumer. I will just copy this. I'll name it by consumer 2. Okay, and also I will change the pattern something here. I'll name it, let's say I'll give something key. Let me add it down so that I can write. Then I will give I1. Okay, then I'll add value. I'll add I2. Okay, just add it here. Simply I can call by consumer 2 dot accept. So I'll give something called YouTube. Then I'll give some number 786. Just run this. We got the output, right? So all the three way we tried this by consumer, we go with the traditional approach, we go with the anonymous implementation, then we convert this anonymous to the lambda. Okay, now to find out where it used in Java it inbuilt class, if you have a map, then if you want to do the for each, then you can find this by consumer. So what I will do, I will just copy the map from previous example. Okay, then I will show you how we can use this. Just add it here. Fine. If you go and check map dot for each, there is an option called the method takes the argument by consumer. Okay, so just go here. See if you observe the by consumer of key value. Okay, now what I can do, the by consumer which I created, I can pass it here. So I will pass the by consumer 1, right? I will directly run it. Yeah, so if you observe in let me show you in the by consumer 1 what we wrote. Yeah, in by consumer 1 we just append this pattern, right? And we are getting the output in by consumer. We just iterate the map and we provided our consumer to format the output. This is how we are getting. Now I just want to give the by consumer 2, where it will show me the key and value. Now let me run this. Yeah, we are getting it, right? Key is YouTube, value 786, Basan, Santosh. This is what the map, actual map. This is what the key and value. That's what we append in our by consumer to print statement. So what I can do, simply if you don't want to pass this by consumer reference, you can directly use the lambda here. Pass the key, which is the first argument, pass the value, which is the second argument, then just add it, lambda expression, then print it. Okay, key, comma, any pattern or any format you want, you can customize that. Now let me run this. You are getting the output here, right? So this is how you can use by consumer, and the real-time implementation of by consumer map.for each, because map only the data structure who can contains the two argument as a key value. That's the reason this by function and by consumer is more useful whenever you are working with map. Okay, fine. Also it depends on your use case. Whenever you need two argument, then you can go with this bifunctional interface like by function, by consumer, and by predicate. This is just example I provided because it used in the map implementation. Okay, now let's go to the by predicate. Now if you will go to the diagram, in case of by predicate, it will take two argument, and based on these two argument, just write some evaluate expression and return either true or false. So for that, what I can do, I will create a class, Java class. I'll name it by predicate example. We'll take a scenario, we'll take two string, and then we'll check whether that string is palindrome or not. Okay, that I can do using this by predicate. Anything, just pass the two object and compare it, and then return either true or false. Then you can go with the by predicate. So again, I will not go with the traditional approach direct, because we already go with the by function and by consumer with traditional approach. So I will directly show you the lambda. Okay, static void main. For first time, I will directly use the anonymous so that I can convert it to the lambda. So I will take the two argument which is type string. Okay, by predicate. Then I can directly create object of by predicate. You can see the method is test. So I will take s1 and s2. I will directly return s1 dot equals s2, right? And I can directly call s out by predicate dot test, give something, let's say madam. These two are the palindrome, right? Now if I'll run this piece of code, I'm getting the output true because this string is palindrome. So if I'll add one more space here, if I'll run it, I'll get false. I'm getting false, right? Fine. Now what I can do, I'll just convert these to lambda expression. Just copy this abstract method and then let me add it here. So since I am converting this to lambda, I don't need any method signature. I can remove it. We don't need any data type, so we can remove it. Only we need to add the lambda expression, right? We have the parameter, we have the lambda expression, and we have the method body. So I just need to add a semicolon to close this. Fine. Also I just need to define this. Fine. Since this is a single statement, I can directly remove this return statement from here, and I can remove this bracket also. Fine. I can directly add it here. Now this is what my lambda expression for by predicate functional interface. So better we can name it equals predicate. Fine. Now I can directly print this out, equals predicate dot test, give the string, let's say madam. Then I can give madam. Fine. Now let's run this piece of code. I should get true. We're getting true here, right? Now if you'll go to this by predicate interface, it is contains only one abstract method, that is test with two arguments. But if you observe, there is couple of method called AND method, OR method, this is the negate method, and OR method, right? So whenever you want to validate with multiple condition and both you are expecting should be true, then you can go for AND. If you will go with the negate, this is just opposite of your test method. Not test is equal to negate method. Okay. And there is a method called OR. Whenever you want to go with the multiple condition but one condition satisfied is fine, then you can go with the OR operator. For example, what I can do here, I will just add one more lambda to check the length. Okay. So let me copy this. Let's say I will name it length predicate. Then I can give the direct lambda argument 1, argument 2, then check s1 dot length equal to s2 dot length. Fine. Now let's say I just want to perform the AND. Both content should be same and lengthwise both are same. Then only it will be we can consider as a palindrome. Okay, just I am adding to show you for and or operator. So what I'll do, I'll directly write here. I'll give something boolean output. Okay. So length predicate dot and equals predicate, then pass the test. I'll give something called MADM. Okay. In this case, I'll get true because in this length predicate, both the string madam and madam MADM having the same length, and also it satisfies the equals predicate, which is nothing the content s1 dot equals s2. Okay. Now if I'll print this output, I'll name it output. I'll give it output. Okay. Now if I'll print this, I'll get true. I'm getting output as true, right? Now let me show you the OR operator here. Let's say I'll just copy the same OR output, something like that. Fine. So I'll just use here instead of AND, I'll directly use OR operator. Fine. If I'll print this, let me print this. Now let me run this. I'll get true only because lengthwise also satisfied. If one satisfied, then it will not go for the second. I'm getting true. But there is one demerits. If I, let's say I'll give ABC and not here, sorry, I'll just need to pass here for OR operator. I'll just give ABC and DEF. So if you observe here, first it will go to the length predicate. It will find the length s1 dot length equal to s2 dot length. This is correct, right? This length predicate will return the true. Then it will not check the second one. That's the use of OR, right? Either one should be passed. Now if I will print it, I will get true. Even though this is not a palindrome, still I will get the output as a true. Right? Let me run this. Yeah, if you observe, I am getting true because it satisfied the length predicate where both the string having the same length. So this is how you can choose when to go for the AND. Whenever you need to validate all the inputs, then go with the AND. Any of input validation is fine, then you can go with the OR. So this is how you can play with this bifunctional interface, which is by consumer, by function, and by predicate. Okay, just let me know in comment section if you have any doubts. That's all about this particular video, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Meet you soon with a new concept.